So there's a small thing that you have to address here. That is, it is getting compounded. It is getting compounded frequently. That is like instead of having an annual rate of 8%, they are going to have a quarterly rate. Okay. So what is it, guys? What is it when I say it is quarterly? Does it mean that you are going to get like 8% every quarter? Is it how it is? No? What is? What is? What do you mean by quarterly then?
The yen should be 2 into 4.
What is it? What is it?
Number of yen should be 2 into 4 into 4
Yes.
quarters.
Yes. Yes. It is not like you are going to get 8% for every quarter. It is like you are going to get 8% divided by 4. Okay, which means, yeah, at higher rate at the end of the higher period. Yes, yes, Mrunal, you are right. So, but how much you will get for each quarter? How much will you get for each quarter? How much do you think will you be getting for each quarter? Yeah. Each quarter? No, not for compounding. Okay. For each quarter, how much will you be getting? All right. So let's try to do that. Let's try to do it. Now here, your n is, as usual, your n is 4 only. Your n is 2 only. Okay. I'll take my n as, I'm using the calculator. I'll take my n as 2 only. But consider this as a small n. Okay. But for each of the year, how many, like 3 months are there? In each of the year, how many 3 months are there? How many quarters?
Four.
Yeah, 4. So your n has to be 2 into 4. Your n has to be 8 in this case. All right, your n has to be 8. It is not 2. In fact, it is 2 only, but it's going to be 2 into 4. Okay, so that's one thing. Then, that's one thing. Then you have your rate. How much is the rate? Rate is given as 8. Rate is given as 8, but 8 is for the annual rate. So if 8 is for annual, how much it is for each quarter? You have to divide it. You have to divide it by, yes, you have to divide it by 4. 8 has to be divided by 4. So that is going to be equal to a I by Y. Then how much you are investing? How much you are investing? You are investing 10,000, right? So take that 10,000 as your PV. Okay. Are you getting any PMT? Are you getting any coupons or are you getting any returns in between? No, nothing. This is also a single shot investment. So take your PMT as, take your PMT as 0. Take your PMT as 0. That's all. Now you compute your FE. You see, are you getting 11,716, guys? You should be getting 11,716. Okay. So, but then, yes, but instead of using it as 8, instead of using it as 8, please for a minute, I'll just like chat it down across so that like everyone will be knowing this. 11,716. That's done. Now, instead of this, if I had kept this as 2 itself, if I have kept this as 2, and I have kept your I by Y as 8, instead of 2, my I by Y remains at 8. My PV remains at 10,000. My PMT remains as 0. What will be the FV, guys? Will it be exactly the same or will it be lesser or more than this? What do you think? Instead of compounding for 4 periods in a year, if I'm not compounding at all, and if I'm taking only the annual rate, will it just be the same or different? So let's check out. Let's check out. So compute FB. You see, I'm not getting 11,716. Instead, I'm getting only 11,664. Why like that, guys? Why like that? Why am I getting a lesser number? Why am I getting a lesser number? I'll tell you why. Can I say it is because of the frequency of compounding? I'm trying to compound more number of times. Say, for example, instead of doing it for instead of doing it for every this one, instead of doing it for every quarter, if I do it for every month, then what will it be for each of the month? What will be the rate for each of the month? For each of the month, more compounding frequency, yes, 8 by 12. For each of the month, it is going to be 8 divided by, it's going to be 8 divided by 12. 8 divided by 12 for each of the month. So for each month, it's going to be like this. And in 2 years, how many 12 months are there? 2 into 12. There are 20. How many months are there? In 2 years, there are 24 months. So I'll take that as yeah. I'll take my I by Y as this much. Everything else remains the same. My PV remains at 10,000. My PMT is 0. And then if I compute my FV, it is going to be 11,728. It's going to be 11,728, which is even higher, correct? I mean, like considering these things, 11,716, 11,614, 664, 11,716, I end up getting 11,728, which is much more higher than this one. So, which proves the point that whenever you increase the frequency of your compounding, then yes, compounding frequency is directly proportional to the final value increase. Yes, yes, Mrunal, you are being very good, giving a lot of answers, Mrunal. Very nice. So, Mrunal, what is it like? You have studied this, or are you in the process of study CFA for CFA? What's your background, Mrunal? All right, all right. So he's a retail banker. No problem, no problem. Very nice, very nice. Good. All right. Any doubts in this? Adeline, were you able to follow this question?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to follow? All right. Any doubts? Deepak, Bharati?
No, sir.
All right, fine. Very nice, very nice. Okay. All right. Now let's go for another question. Yes, guys, we killed it. We got everything right here. Okay, so let's go for the next question. All right. Can you guys try to find the value for this one? So now Australian bank offers to pay you 6% month compounded monthly. You decide to invest Australian dollars 1 million for 1 year. What is the future value of your investment if interest payments are reinvested at 8%? Reinvested at 6%. Okay, so 6% monthly compounding. What will what will your 1 million become after 1 year? Shall we do it together, people? Shall we do it together? So it's quite simple. So your I by Y is what, guys? Your I by Y is what? Your rate at which you're going to be getting it. What is that? Should I say 6? My I by Y is 6, is it? What should
Yes,
be my I by Y? It's monthly compounding, no? So for I by Y has to be 6 divided by 6 divided by, yes, yes. 6 divided by 12. Yes, Pavitra. So 6 divided by 12 has to be my I by Y. My I by Y has to be this much. Okay, then what else? Yes, Yuvraj has given some answer for us. Yuvraj has given 1.79 million. Let's check out Yuvraj. So I by Y is this much. Okay, what will be my N?
12 years.
Yes, so N, you can say it as 1 into 12, like that. 1 into 12 has to be your N. Your N has to be this much. So I've got my I by Y. My PV is also 1 million. So 1 followed by 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is going to be my PV. I'll take it in the negative PV. There has not been any PMT. And what's going to be my FV? My FV is going to be this much. Why, Yuvraj, you are slightly off? 179 he's saying. So yeah, 6% is like my I by Y is this much. Okay, fine. Should not be an issue. This is 12, correct. Then my PV is 1 million. My PMT is 0. We are covering, yes, we are covering time value of money. Darshnik, we are covering time value of money, quants, the first part of quants. Okay, so 1 million and then compute F. So there's going to be this much. See if we were right. Yes. You able to get this one? Bharti, were you able to get this one by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Then let's proceed. Let's proceed. Any doubts? Please ask me, guys. Please ask me. Any doubts? So what we have done future value, present value, and then we have also done frequency of compounding. More frequency of compounding yields, more results, more like returns. That is one part. Then this one. All right. Now the question is, if we have to be compounding like this, okay, can we compound so many times? How much, what is the maximum amount that we can get because of compounding? Can we do compounding forever? Is it possible? Can we do compounding forever? What do you think, guys? Do you think like we can compound forever? So let's say we said like if we increase the frequency of compounding, we are going to get like more returns. And then like let's say we can compound for like every minute, every day, or you can even compound for every second, every split second, every, I mean like, there has to be an end to it, right? So it's not a question of like you can compound forever, forever and forever. It's not like that. At some point, you are like the if you, even if you increase the frequency of compounding, you are not going to be getting the desired results. That is, the increase is so marginal that you better don't compound beyond a certain point. Okay, so that is what takes us to something called as continuous compounding. What continuous compounding tells you is, if you compound like for every moment, what is it that you can get? So that is given by this formula. Okay. So go for this one. This one is saying, yeah, this is saying 10,000 of investment will earn 8% compounded continuously for 2 years. How do you find the future value of that one? So you just have to use this formula, which says future value is equal to present value into e power rs into n. E power rs into n, both this rs and n comes in the power. Okay. So you can't be using time value of money functions for this. The third line of the calculator cannot be used for this. What can be done is you can only calculate it separately. So that means you have to take this PV you guys know already. The only thing that you do not know here is e power rs into n. Both rs and n are there in the power. So what you do is there is this button called as E in your calculator. E power x is there, which is above ln. Now, in your calculator, in each of the number, you also have something written on the top of it. What is that, guys? If you had observed your calculator carefully, you have something like written on the top of it. What is that? Yes, Sean, how do you get this calculator is you just go and type in your, yes, I am going to give a chat message for you. Please, everyone see that. Type BA2 plus calculator in your Google Store, Google Play Store. You can download the calculator app. Okay. In fact, what you are seeing now is also something very similar to that. I'm using an emulator to actually show this calculator. So please type BA2 plus calculator in your Google Play Store. You should be able to get this calculator. But of course, that is not allowed in your CFA exam. No Excel sheet, nothing. You should have to get a physical calculator like this. You can get this BA2 plus basic version. The professional version is not required at all. So please go for the basic version. It will cost you around some 4,000 rupees like that. But for the time being, you can get this calculator from the Play Store. Fine, Sean? Yes. All right. Now, in this, like how we are going to do the calculation is, since I have to calculate e power rs into n, what I'm going to do is, I will calculate first rs into n. Rs is, you can't do compounding and all here. When it is saying 8%, you just take 8%. That's all. Just take 8%. That rs is done. How many years? That's also split years is not taken. So it is for 2 years, right? So you say into 2. So finally you get at 0.16. Again, I tell you how I got 0.16 is 8%. So in order to get the decimals, I say 8%, that will result in 0.08 multiplied by e power r, rs I have done, into n is 2. Number of years is 2. So that part is done. Now I have to find e power this one. So above your ln, you have e power x. So what you have to do is, in order to, you already have x here. So you have to find e power x. Now you have to do second ln to actually get the value of this one. Please do until here and confirm if you are able to do this, guys. So maybe Deepak, can you do it? Yes, Sean, yes. The Texas BA2 plus calculator should be used in the exam. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you repeat it, sir?
Yeah. So, Adeline, you also have the calculator, no? At least the app.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm trying to find e power rs into n. Rs into n is there in the power. Okay. Rs into n is there in the power. Rs is just the rate. Rate is represented by rs. N is represented by 2. So, rs is 8%, right? 8% is the rate. I take the decimal of it, 8%. N is into 2. Okay, so 0.16. So e power 0.16 is what I should find. In order to do that, You can see this ln function, right? In your calculator, left-hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th button from the top to bottom. So that is saying ln, but above ln, you have something called as e power x. So I have x already here. As I always say in this calculator, it is not like x is equal to 2. It is 2 is equal to x. So in this case, you have 0.16. Now I have to find e power 0.16. So I do second e power x. Please do that. And tell me if you have done it, Adlin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have got this number, right? 1.1735.
Yes, sir.
So, yes. So now you have e power rs into n is done. You just have to multiply that by PV. PV is you had invested 10,000. So multiply this by 10,000. That's all. So you should have to get 11,735. Now, what does this signify is you can't get anything more than this, even if you increase the compounding frequency. Anything more than that, you will still be not able to get anything more than this. So this is the maximum that you can get because of increasing the frequency of compounding. Understood? Even if you try for a single one every second and then try to do this question, you will still be not getting anything more than 11,735. Okay, so that is about the continuous compounding. Have you also got this answer, Bharati?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Then let's proceed. Deepak, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we can proceed. How about you guys? Sean, Brunel, Nanjin, Yuvraj? All right, all right. Yes, fine, fine, Sean, fine. Okay, I believe you guys are attending this class. Okay, guys are attending the demo class. Fine, fine. Good, good. Let's proceed. All right. Now, guys, let's say on the one hand, you have something called as 8%, 8% annual. And on the other hand, you have something called as 8% compounded semi-annual. Okay. You people know what will be like in which case you will have more returns. Obviously, you will have more returns only in the case of like semi-annual compounding. How can you say which one is more returns? Okay, so I'll try to draw in this. Okay, so maybe like I'm not like it won't be so good. So let's say on the one hand, you have 1 plus 8%. 1 plus 8%. Okay. 1 plus 8% whole to the power 1. On the other hand, you can have 1 plus 4%. 4%. But this one is raised to the power of 2. Raised to the power of 2. Can you guys like tell me what will be this much and what will be this much? So this one I can myself say this is going to be 1.08. What is this one going to be? What is this one going to be? Yeah. So this is going to be, yes, 1.0. Yes. 816, right? So that's the difference, right? So you're getting something more than this one, right? So how do you find the effective rate per year? If you compound it only for once, you get only 8%. But if you compound it for 2 times, you get 8.16%. So in order to be very carefully, how do you carefully calculate that is, you calculate something like ending value divided by beginning value, okay? And then you say minus 1 whole multiplied by 100. Can you do that, guys? So for in our case, now this one, for the first case, you can say it as 1.08 divided by 1 minus 1 into 100. Tell me what is that one? And for this one, you have to do 1.0816 divided by, you invested 1 rupee minus 1 multiplied by 100. How much is this one, guys? The second one. What's the second one? You can say 1.0816. That is the ending value divided by beginning value is 1 minus 1 into 100. So this is going to be 8.16%. So this returns is what is called as effective annual rate. Okay, so that is like you start with whatever money that you have, and then you apply the required percentage to it for 2 years, for two times, and then arrive at what you are going to get at the end of the period. And that after that, you have to apply this formula, ending value by beginning value minus 1. Then you will get this one. This 8.16% is going to be the effective annual rate. Effective annual rate. Now, you guys have to tell me what is this going to be if 8% is compounded, if 8% is compounded, okay, monthly. If it is compounded monthly, what will be the effective annual rate, guys? Try out.
Zero point six six
0 point.
six six.
So I can say something like, yeah, I can say something like 8% is there. Okay, so 8% divided by 12, right? So 0.08 divide by 12. Okay, so I should have to say 1 plus this one. So this one plus 1. And then whole to the power, how much? I should take whole to the power 12. I should take whole to the power 12, right? Yes, whole to the power 12 I should take. And then this becomes the ending value now. Ending value divided by beginning value. Okay, so minus 1 into 100. Are you getting this much? 8.29% effective annual rate. Bharti, are you able to get 8.29 in the case of monthly compounding? Okay. So what you do is, see, you have to do 1 plus, right? You have to do 1 plus whatever is a percentage. What is that percentage? Our percentage is 8%. 8% is our percentage, and I'm going to take monthly compounding. So I'll have to divide this by 12. I will have to divide this by 12. This part makes sense. Last time around, it was 4%. How I got 4% is 8% divided by 2. This is how I got 4%. So if I take it, if had I taken that in the decimals, I would have taken this as 8%. I can take this as 8% divided by 2. So that will be 0.04. And then like I will have to add 1 to it. I will have to add 1 to it. I will have to square it up. I will have to square it up. I can square it up like this. Yeah, this is how I got this. This is the ending value divided by the beginning value is 1. And then minus 1 into 100. This part fine, Bharati? 8.16 is fine?
Yes.
Yeah, the same way, when I have like a monthly compounding, what I have to do is 8% divide by 12, divide by 12. Yeah, that part is done. So to this, I have to add 1. So this is 1 plus 8% divided by 12. Correct? Am I right? Is this not like 1 plus 8% divided by 12? Yeah, then this one, I have to raise it to the power of, I have to raise it to the power of 12. I have to do it for 12 times. So that part is done. Minus 1, that's also done into 100. That's all. So you should be getting 8.29% as your effective annual rate in the case of monthly compounding. Makes sense, Bharti? Fine now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. That is one concept. Then we have that's all. So as a summary, what and all we have done so far? We have done, we have like, we have learned the time value of money. We have learned the time value of money. We learned to calculate the future value, the present value. And then we also found the future value and present value when we use like a frequent compounding. And then in that case, like we will have to multiply your n by the number of compounding frequency. And then you should also divide the rate by the number of compounding period. And then like you should have to calculate the future value. And that is going to be higher than the normal annualized compounding. That is one thing that we learned. Then what we learned we can't keep on increasing it forever. At some point it should have to stop. That point where it is stopping is what is called as continuous compounding. In that case, we can't be using this TVM functions. We have to use FV is equal to PV into e power RS into T. We have to use that formula to find it. And then finally, we found how to calculate effective annual rate. When there is a compounding frequency, we should have to do 1 plus R% divided by M, raise it to the power of M, and then like find the ending value. Then ending value divided by beginning value minus 1. Okay, so that's getting us to the first part of it. Okay, now anything anybody wants to say, particularly our like new participants, Mrunal and Yuvraj? I think you are part of this demo session, right? Anything like you want to say, any doubts that you want to ask? These three people are already taking the classes, Adeline, Bharti and Deepak. So those this part of that. And because you guys were there, like I had to actually teach this. I could have gone a little faster for these guys. But since you were there, like I wanted to do this demo session for you. Any questions you people have got, guys? Mrunal and Yuvraj, you have to ask me anything. No? Shall I? Okay. So there is a chat. Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. Then let's take a short break. Okay. So what's the time now? Time is like 7:07. Okay. Fine. We will again resume by 7:15. Okay. We will resume by 7:15. And that point, I will tell you shortly what we are going to cover. Okay. So let me open one more file for you. Give me a second. Okay, the second class of TVM. So we are going to be like after the break, we are going to be dealing with what is going to be again this say effective annual rates. That is one part, and the major part is going to be annuities, ordinary annuity, and then how to do like annuity due, all those kind of things. Okay, so we'll be dealing with a few more questions on annuities. Okay, just after we come back from the break. Yes, guys. Thanks, Mona. Thanks, Mona. So after the break, now, after like at around some 7:15, we will start with annuities. Okay, please like refresh and come back, guys. Yes, people, we can start again. So today again, people let's close it by 8 o'clock. Okay. So tomorrow, what's going to happen? You guys are going to be here. Adeline, Bharti, and Deepak are you going to be here, guys? So I have some issues with this. What to say with this Neo Touch thing? I'm still not like very comfortable with that because there is a laptop also, there is a board also. I have to toggle between this and that. It will takes like 1 or 2 days for me to get comfortable in that. Before that, like I would want to meet you people in person. So are you going to be coming here tomorrow? Adeline, Bharti, and Deepak?
Okay, sir.
Please come, guys. We have to meet up once. How about you, Adeline and Bharti?
Yes, sir. I'll come tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, Bharti, you also?
Yes.
Yeah, please come. We will meet up tomorrow. Yes, Deepak. I have seen you. I've seen you in the video. Okay, nice.
Network issue, sir.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So tomorrow, 6 o'clock, please be here, guys. Let's continue with the class today. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Now here, the thing is, yeah, we have seen this part. Okay, now look at this question, guys. Look at this one. So here, what's happening is every year you are investing around some 1,000 rupees. Okay, you are investing 1,000 rupees every year. But the question here is, are you investing it at the beginning of the period or at the end of the period? What do you think, guys? Just a second, I will reshare it. Just don't mind it.
So,
Yes.
so tomorrow going to Chartered Financial.
Tomorrow, what happened?
So I don't know. I'm currently in Kali. So for traveling, I don't know like how.
Oh, so tomorrow, like other people, you people make it. Bharti, you want to attend online tomorrow?
I will be attending in online.
Yes, yes. End of period if not mentioned. Is Bharti moving tomorrow? Bharti, you can message me, Bharti. Like maybe like I'm not able to hear you properly. If you message, then I'll be able to see it clearly.
So now can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, please message, na? Please message. I will come to know about it. Yeah, let me share it. Okay. All right. All right. Now, in this case, what has happened here is, what has happened here? Okay. Investment are done with the beginning of the period. Okay, fine. Correct. You are right, Mrunal. You are right. You are absolutely right. Okay. Now here, what we are doing here is, yeah, what we are doing here is, so here we are by default assuming all the investment are made only at the end of the period. All investment are made only at the end. Like that, we are assuming for all the 5 years. Okay, so if that is the case, whatever investment you're making at the fifth year, right? Whatever investment you are making at the fifth year, so that is not going to give any returns at all. Say, for example, this much. this one. So here what happens is, whatever investment you did at T5, you have done it at end of T5. You have done it at end of T5. Since you have done it at end of T5, that is not going to give you any returns at all. That is like you invest in the morning and you take it back in the evening. Okay, yes. Okay, no problem, Bharati. I got your message. But the rest of the people, now you will be able to attend it online, no? I mean, like, let Deepak and Adeline come tomorrow. Bharati, you can come on Thursday. No issues at all. You please attend online, but let Deepak and Adeline please come tomorrow. We will meet up tomorrow.
Okay,
Fine,
sir.
guys. Fine with it? Yeah. Deepak and Adeline will meet tomorrow. No problem. Yeah, sure. Done, guys. Okay. Now here, what happens is, the last 1,000 investment that you are going to do will not give you any returns at all. Okay, so that will remain as 1,000. But then in that case, what is going to happen is you are going to get 5525.63. How are you going to calculate this in your calculator? Now here, how many years you're making this investment? Please someone give the prompting. Let's ask it from Adeline. Adeline, you are investing 1,000 for 5 years. How are you going to give that inputs to the calculator? So should I take N as 5? Correct? N has to be 5. And then what
Yes,
is going
sir.
to be my PV?
1,000.
So PV will it be 1,000? So it won't be 1,000 because whatever is like periodic investment that I'm going to make, I'm going to give all of that in. So my PD as 0. I'll keep my PD as 0. PD is a one-shot investment. And my N as 5, and I'm taking my N as 1,000, which means each of the 5 years, I'm investing 1,000. And that is captured in the PMT itself, and it is captured in the N also. The N is 5, and PMT is 1,000. So that's done. And PV is 0, nothing there in the PV. And here it seems like we are getting a return of 5%. So I'll give 5 as the returns, as I by Y as 5. Now when I compute my FV, I should be getting this answer 5525.63. Please do it by yourself and confirm if you are able to get this.
Sir, your voice was breaking, sir.
Yes, we have some unstable internet here because of a Wi-Fi issue. I'm managing with my mobile network. Okay, this issue will get resolved tomorrow. So I will please try to manage. This question, are you able to find it? Adeline, what I was trying to say? This question is fine, Adeline?
Sir, can you repeat it, sir?
Yes. So here, what happens is, if you look at the question, whatever is there on our screen, it's telling you are going to be investing 1,000. You are going to be investing 1,000 for 5 years. Okay. So, which is how I give that input is I put 1,000 and I capture that in the periodic payments, PMT. I capture that in periodic payments. Then what I do is I take my N as 5. I take my N as 5. So once I have my N as 5 and I have my PMT as 1,000, so it has captured all the 5 payments that I'm going to make periodically. Then I should not take anything in my PV. PV has to be 0. Okay, because there is no any lump sum investment there. And when PV is 0, I have to take my I by Y as 5. 5% has to be my I by Y because I'm getting a returns of 5%. So I'm using recall function to actually see what and all I have input into the various keys. So recall n is 5 years. Recall I by y is 5%. Recall PV is 0. Recall PMT is 1000. 1000 rupees is what I am investing every year. Now I compute FV. I should be getting this answer. Please try it by yourself and tell me. Let me know if you are getting the answer, Admin. Runal, when are you planning to enroll? Like when are you planning to give your CFA Level exam, Runal? You have decided on that? That's okay, man. You can take the passport anytime. That is not an issue. Okay, but have you decided on your exam sitting? Which sitting like November, February, like that? You anyways have to apply for a like passport and get it done. That's different. Okay, done. Sure, man. Okay. Please tell me, Adlin, if you are also able to get 5525.6, 5525.63 like that.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, this is by default, assuming that the period is like end of period. Now, if I have to make an assumption that all my investment are done at the beginning of the period, then what I do is there is something called as a beginning mode in your calculator. That is, you see above PMT, there is something called as a beginning mode. So what we can do is second PMT, okay, that will be there at the end mode, and then second enter. If I do that, that will change into beginning mode. You see, guys, second PMT and then second enter. Second enter, you can toggle between beginning and end mode. When it is at end mode, there is no indication at all. But when it is at beginning mode, there is something called as BGN, which is coming on the calculator on the top. So you should keep your calculator at BGN mode. After that, you give the same set of inputs, that is your N is 5, your I by Y is also 5, your PV is 0, your PMT is 1000, but this time around, when you calculate your FV, it will be 5801. It won't be 5525. Please check out and tell me. First, try to get into the beginning mode. What happened to Adeline? Able to get this one, Deepak? Beginning mode. Yes, Deepak. Can you tell me if you're able to get that beginning mode?
No, sir.
No. See, man,
No,
like
sir.
what you have to do is second format. Second BGN is there, na? Second PMT. Are you getting BGN? Second PMT, second enter, like that.
Okay, sir.
Please do that. So that it is there at the beginning mode. First, you should get BGN in your calculator. Bharti, you are able to get Bharti, BGN? I can't hear you, Bharti. Mrunal, you are able to get it, Mrunal?
Sir, yes, sir, I got it.
Sorry, what is it?
I got it, sir.
You got this? Okay, fine, fine. So then, like, can you tell me, like, why this is going to be, that is, why this FV is higher, guys? Here the FV is 5525.63, but here the FV is 5801. Can you tell me what higher here as compared to 5525? It is because you are going to be making the investment at the beginning. Yes, Adeline. This is because going to be making the investment at the beginning of the period itself. So when you calculate the returns, even the last year, you would have made the investment at the beginning of year 5. So that will also yield the return of 1. Okay, 1 year's return. The second year, yes, timing of the investment. For the first investment, no, you would have made the investment at the beginning of the period itself, meaning you would have made the investment at year starting itself. So it will keep getting invested for years. So you will get 1,215, get more than that. For example, you will get 1.05 4 to the power 5, 4 to the power 5. You will get like this. This one multiplied by 1000. So you actually will end up getting 1276, 1215, 1157, 1102, and 1050. Please add up everything, guys. Please add up these things. 1276, 1276.28 plus 1215, 1215.50, 0.50 plus 1157.625 plus 1102.5 plus 1050. So all these things put together will be 5801. Okay, which is what is your FV also. If you do recall FV, it is also 5801. Makes sense, guys? Are you able to follow what I'm trying to say here? So when you make the investment at the beginning of the period, you will end up getting more returns rather than making the investment at the end of the period. Okay, so if you want to make the investment at the beginning of the period, you should have to change this into beginning mode in your calculator into beginning mode. But the problem with beginning mode is you should have to change it back to end mode. That is second PMT, second enter, so that it will come back to end mode. Because if you keep it in beginning mode, the rest of the questions will be wrong. Okay, because most of the questions will be only in the end mode. Okay, all right, guys. So today, since I'm not able to use the blackboard, okay, so I'll be finishing with one more question. Okay, we'll do one more question and then we can finish for today. Just a second, guys. All right, so this is going to be that question. So this question is saying, suppose your company's defined contribution retirement plan allows you to invest up to 20,000 per year. You plan to invest 20,000 per year in a stock index fund for the next 30 years. Historically, this fund has earned 9% per year on an average. Assuming that you actually earn 9% a year, how much money will you have available for retirement after making the last payment? Please find out. If you make an investment of 20,000 per year for 30 years, what will be the value of it at the end of 30 years? Let's see who will tell the answer, guys. You have to use the calculator and tell me the future value. What happened, Runal? Are you trying? It's easy, man. It's just that you have to put 20,000 in your PMT. You have to find your future value. So keep it at 0. And then like it's for 30 years. So N has to be 30. And what's going to be I by Y, guys? It's giving a return of 9%, right? So put that 9% in I by Y. So recall N is 30. Recall I by Y is 9 years. Recall PV has to be 0. Recall PMT has to be 20,000. And then compute FV. Should be getting this as an answer. Please check out, guys, if you're getting this as an answer. Two 2726150 is your answer. Deepak, able to get this?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. So I will read these inputs again for you. Recall N is 30. Recall I by Y is 9 years. Recall PB is 0. Recall PMT is 20,000. Compute FV. It's going to be 2726150. Adlin, you are able to get it? Adlin Bharti?
I didn't get the answer.
You didn't get the answer?
I got it 2000.
No, what is this? Do this, na? Recall N. How much you are getting? Are you getting 30 for recall N? Deepak, you are able to get it. Bharti,
Get it, sir.
getting no? Deepak, you are getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I have to convert this into beginning mode, then I do second PMT, second enter. So beginning mode will come. Rest of the things will remain the same. So again, I can say compute FV. Yeah, like this. So recall N is 30, recall I by Y is 9, recall PV is 0, recall PMT is 20,000. Compute FV will give me a higher amount. 2726150 if it is end of period and 2971504 if it is beginning of period. See if you are able to get this one also, Deepak. 272971504 if it's beginning of period. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. So I'll just like wait for a confirmation from Deepak before we close for today. So people, like once we have finished it, like once I meet you tomorrow, I will send across the first two files that we have discussed in the class. Okay, even if you have any doubts in that or whatever it is, you have to redo that again at your home and then come back to me for doubts. Okay, and then like
Okay.
we can, yes, Deepak, getting this answer?
Yes, sir. 2971504.
Very nice. Good, man. I'm excited to meet you both, Adeline and Deepak tomorrow, and then like day after tomorrow, Bharati also. Let's meet up in person, and then any doubts we can take it up from there. Okay. In some time, all these like issues will get solved, and yeah, meta. All right, man. So don't depend on AI, man, in your like exam. It's not allowed, Brunel. Okay, so hopefully you are going to enroll with us and we get to see a lot, Brunel. All right. Anything else, guys? Oh my, just a second. Stop recording.